Welcome, students.
Catherine Susan, better known as Kitty Genovese, was an American born on July 7, 1935. She was born and raised in New York, where she worked as a bar manager until March 13, 1964. It was on this night that she was killed in cold blood by Winston Moseley. This is the officially accepted story.
You are going to die tonight.
In summation, it is plain to see that
After class, I couldn't help but think I had heard a different version of events. I decided that when I got home, I would look online to see if that was indeed the case. After some digging, I found out that I was in fact correct. In 2015, a documentary was made by Kitty's brother, Bill Genovese, titled The Witness. In it, he investigates the night she dies in a depth that it has never been investigated before. The Witness follows Bill as he searches for the truth about what happened to his sister on the night that she died. Through the use of interviewing people who were actually there, he manages to debunk the accepted story. I started to wonder, how could a story that was false be so well established that my professor thought nothing about referencing it? I then remembered that there was a chapter in one of my books about this very topic, so I decided it was finally time to crack it open and try to find an answer. According to the author, David Miller, a rumor is a story that you cannot trust from people who are not entirely reliable. Not only that, but rumors are spread without much or any forethought. Miller notes that there are 4 types of rumors: product, disaster, atrocity, and conspiracy. Each of these types of rumors covers a very specific set of circumstances. The first and most often encountered type of rumors are product rumors. However, while we encounter them on a daily basis, they can be next to impossible to verify. An example of product rumors is the story of the Coca-Cola factory worker. One day he fell into the vat, and by the time they realized, he had already been dissolved, bottled, and sold across the country. The next type of rumors are disaster rumors, and unlike product rumors, they only appear in times of strife and are due to having to acquire unusual knowledge from sources you aren't familiar with. An example of disaster rumors were seen after severe flooding in Idaho was compared to Hurricane Katrina by a blogger in Colorado. Certain people then used these claims to further their organization's arguments, despite the blogger not being a reliable meteorological source. The next type of rumors are atrocity rumors, and much like disaster rumors, they only appear during times of conflict. They are different, however, due to atrocity rumors being focused on portraying a group's enemies as horrible people who commit atrocious acts. Examples of these types of rumors can be seen in propaganda throughout history. The final kind of rumors, conspiracy rumors, act as a way of blaming people that say someone or a group of people have a large insidious plot against the average person. Examples of these can be seen in false flag terrorist attacks, as well as people thinking that big business is out to get them. Miller also notes the fact that despite much research regarding rumors being done before our modern internet age, that the theories behind them still hold sound even in our interconnected world. The three main theories that Miller uses to explain how rumors are spread are mass hysteria, emergent norm, and value-added theory. Each of these theories can be used to explain different scenarios. Mass hysteria theory states that when a lot of collective excitement is present, people become more suggestible and more irrational. Examples of mass hysteria can be seen in the dancing plague of 1518. Emergent norm theory is the process of people sharing their thoughts, opinions, or feelings about an ambiguous situation. In other words, normal behavior emerges from their collective interaction. Examples of this can be seen in any social situation where people express different ideas due to either the situation or the people involved in it. The last type of theory is value-added theory, and it states that certain requirements must be met for social change to occur. Some of these requirements are generalized belief, mobilization for action, and operation of social control. Rumors come into play in that often a generalized belief starts its life as a rumor, or that it can be made much more powerful through the addition of rumors. A non-social example of value-added theory is that a corporation is more likely to change something that their employees have been talking about versus changing something out of the blue. After doing my research and feeling comfortable in the explanation I formulated, I decided that I would present my evidence to my teacher to see if he thought if I was correct or if I was on the wrong track altogether. I started my explanation by telling him how I believed that the murder of Kitty Genovese fell into the category of product rumors due to both the situation itself and the reasons that it occurred. Due to how hard it is to verify that 38 people did in fact not call the police, many people just had to accept their narrative as fact. Because people accepted it as fact from the very beginning, nobody questioned it, even as it started to move its way up through the academic ranks, which in turn caused my professor to see no reason to question it as he taught it to me. However, not wanting my professor to think that I had just looked this up online so I'd have something to write about on the essay, I went on to explain that while mass hysteria and value-added theory do not offer reasonable explanations for this situation, emergent norm theory does. While the rumor creation itself isn't explained by emergent norm theory, the fact that it is not even considered a rumor is. It fits the theory well because someone with knowledge and some expertise, in this case the newspaper, was the first to offer a story, and since nobody argued against it for some time, it was able to become a norm, and at that point no one would ever question learning it or teaching it.
Wow, good job. That is very well thought out.